gonna start the recording now. I'll trim it later. The VOD review, yeah. That way, if you guys are like, what did he say? What did we go over? Replays. Oof. Jesus. 2-8. That's a rough one. Okay, let me start sharing my screen though. Actually, let me get my pen. Okay. Screen. Screen 2. Go live. Okay, yeah. We'll wait for Charisma to get back before we start. So, Alpha, I'm actually gonna, let's start this VOD review looking at, left shift is pause, that's interesting. I want to start this, like, now, kind of looking specifically at you, because you're gonna get, I think, a little bit different VOD review from everybody else. Can you guys hear my fans in the background, by the way? Can you hear my fans in the background? Alright, dope. Okay, so yeah, I think you're gonna get a little bit of different kind of like coaching, because a lot of the, what do we call it? What the fuck? Okay, I haven't done replay on PC in Rocket League before. But a lot of the mistakes that you're gonna make aren't gonna be the same mistakes that Skinny and Charisma are making, especially since in this twos format they're on the same team. So it's going to kind of be you, and then it's going to be them separately. So I'm going to take the time, since Wilson and Charisma aren't here, to just start looking at some small things that we can soft attach, hard attach, player view. Okay. Want to look at some things that maybe you could be doing a little bit better, and some things that you could be working on. So you're watching, right? Everybody's watching? Looks like they are. Everybody is. Good. Okay. Yeah, we'll just brief. I mean, that happens sometimes, right? Where it's like we say like, hey, you did this bad, and then you're like, well, yeah, I know, it's just a little bit off. You don't gotta tell me if it's just like, oh, I played bad. As long as you know it's not a regular habit, then it's fine. But if I point it out every week, then maybe it's just more than a matter of you playing bad. Maybe it's something, that we can look into a little bit more. One of the things that I try to do a lot is I try to look for things that happen consistently to point out, and things that I see once I actually don't point out as much. So what I'm doing right now, Alpha, just so that you're not kind of just sitting here and wondering what the fuck is going on, is I'm looking through your gameplay and trying to see what are your most noticeable baseline, kind of like easy to fix maybe problems that we could start working on, or what are the most important things that we should be tackling. So I think what I'm looking at here is your use of ball cam and free cam to be able to swap between them seamlessly, and being able to use your flips to actively get in and out of kind of like the play and stuff like that. I gotta swap over my vocabulary because I almost said in and out of the engagement, but these aren't engagements, these are plays. So what I want you to start doing is just start flipping more. I don't think you need to be kind of like actively thinking about it too much yet, but there's a lot of situations here where you're trailing the play and then trying to make up for it later, and it's putting you in bad situations. So I want you to be more aggressively forward in the play, and there's going to be instances where you make mistakes because you're too aggressive or whatever, but like here on kickoff, you should be flipping into the ball on kickoff. You should be flipping back to the net right here. Like these are things that are just going to very simply speed you up. What? Oh my god, bro. Nah. I'm just a little bit slow sometimes. Where the fuck? How do I get to... What is this again? Alright. Sorry, this is my first time kind of working with the replay viewer, like I had said. So, fly, alpha. How do I get... Oh, okay, I see now. I'm changing the person I'm looking at, and then I'm changing how I'm looking at them. Okay. Alright, so how do I rewind now? Does anybody know that? I can use... I should just use a controller, shouldn't I? Back on the D-pad? Yes. Pog you guys. Thanks for the help. Wait, what? I'm sorry, I don't... Did I say something? No. I said pog you guys. It's okay. Okay, so yeah, the first thing that I want to be looking at, and it's going to come up a few times, is I want to see you flipping more. So there's going to be a lot of instances where you're going to be like really behind the play. And like right here, you should be flipping sooner. You should be flipping. You should be flipping. You should be trying to like catch up to that play. And you score that. It's not the biggest concern actually. So that's a bad example. We'll have better ones coming up. I had better ones the first time I did this. That's my fault. But there's gonna be a lot of times that you're gonna be trailing the play, and then you're gonna be forced to like make up for it later. So I want you to be flipping more aggressively and be more forward when in the like attacking plays, so that you don't have to like make up for your positioning later. And there's going to be some instances that you do this that are going to be like, you're going to be too far forward, but you need to start learning the limits of like where you can be aggressive. And the only way you're going to do that is by being aggressive, and then us going in the VOD review and saying, that's too aggressive, tone it back. But right now, all I can say is go further forward. So let's take, for instance, right here, right? Hold on. Nope, further back. Okay. Ball goes over you, you're resetting back for defense, you're in the net, Wells pushes forward. Okay, so now Wells has the aggression with the ball pushing forward. This is what we call a counterattack. Just, I'm going to say things that you guys might already know, but that's because I want to make sure everybody's on the same page. This is what we call a counterattack, right? The enemy team has pushed the ball towards you, and they failed in their attack, so now you have the opportunity to push the ball past them and gain an advantage in your possession, right? So Wells is going to push the football forward aggressively in a counterattack, and you're going to stop around this midfield here, which is unnecessary, because if Wells gave you a pass in the next 3 seconds, you can't even attempt to score it. And Wells has speed. The distance between Wells and the ball is about 1.5 seconds worth of time. It's not that long, right? Like, it's like he can be on it whenever he wants to be on it. So in this situation, you should be flipping forward to conserve boost to try to get into the play so that you can score a goal if there's a pass. From this distance, you can't score a goal. It would require you to fly too far and make a shot that's too difficult, because you would have to fly with accuracy over distance, which increases the difficulty, right? So from here, that's a great pass across that you could have probably tried to put in if you were closer to the net. But because you weren't, now you're going to start to slowly back, and you're going to play this weird midfield position that's neither a defensive position nor an attacking position. Because from here, the ball can very easily go over your car past you, or be too far into the attacking third for you to make a play on it, right? But it's okay, because Wells is going to be there, because he can rotate fast enough to make up for your lack of aggressive positioning. And this is what he's doing. He's seeing your lack of positioning, and he's filling the space automatically. So once he fills this space, you're kind of like already half in the play, and once he gets in between you and the ball, you accidentally bump him. And it doesn't cause a huge issue, because Wells is GC, he has good recovery mechanics, but it does kind of leave you in the middle of nowhere, not doing anything, not really helping anyone, and being more of a nuisance than not in this specific play, right? So it's going to be a matter of trying to be more aggressive so that Wells doesn't have to fill that space automatically, so that your teammates don't have to feel like they have to play on the ball all the time. So right here, you could be flipping. Was that your kickoff right there? So like into this kickoff, you should be flipping. You should be flipping into that ball earlier. You should be flipping towards the net. There just needs to be more seamless transitions in your play, And I think the first step to that is going to be looking at trying to incorporate more flips so that you get speed and you can then continue that momentum and into being aggressive, you know? So let's just start, I think, with that going into these next games. It should just be a matter of kind of like flipping, 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 maybe overplaying a little bit sometimes. It's also going to be an adjustment for your teammates or whatever, right? If you weren't being aggressive before and all of a sudden you're being aggressive, now your team has to adjust how they think about you in the game, right? So there's going to be a lot of adjustments to you increasing your speed, but it's going to be important so that you can actually play the rotations and the positions properly. Because generally speaking, we should be doing one-touch passes to one another in most counterattack situations, and right now we can't with you because you're not fast or aggressive enough to do so. So anybody who's playing with you starts carrying the ball up and trying to make a solo or individual play, right? So there will be adjustments that need to be made there. I'm going to leave this game, change replay. I'm going to go to the close one. I didn't get to watch these last two too closely. I'm sorry that I had to step away a few times, but my mother just got home. So, you know, she kind of needed my attention for a second, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Charisma, you're here, right? Maybe not. No problem. Skinny, you here? Cool. Alright. So, yeah, I'm going to be really looking through these for the most part for the first time, so I might say some things that are wrong, honestly, in which case we correct. Personally, my coaching philosophy is, you know, I am going to provide a sort of commentary on the gameplay and use my knowledge to try to challenge what you guys did and, like, ask you questions and, like, give you advice or, like, what I think would be a good idea. So I expect you guys to kind of, like, come back to me and be like, hey, I actually think that's bad because this and this and this, and then we'll have a debate. I'm an English major. I love conversations and debate and communication. So there's going to be plenty of times when we're debating where I'm like, okay, well, let's actually focus back in on our main topic or stuff like that. So, like, if you have something that you want to say, it may be, like, long, it may take time, but, like, it's really important that we get to those parts in the right way and we're attacking the right type of subject. So I would really appreciate it if you guys go back and forth with me. It's fun. Alright, so kickoff. What happens here? Charisma gets the first touch, goes past. Kickoff goal. Easy win. Not a ton to really say there. I'm not going to really nitpick. I'm not going to nitpick on anything that Alpha does too much anymore. Because I want Alpha to just focus on that one thing for now. And I'm not really going to be looking at Wells because for the most part, Wells has entered a sphere of, like, there's a logic to everything he does. It'll just be a matter of nitpicking, and nitpicking, honestly, looking at different levels of gameplay requires me to reset my brain multiple times. Because, like, it's... Yeah. Alright, so kickoff advantage. We push it right side. Don't really gather the ball or do anything. Okay, so this is an attempt made here. What's this attempt? What's the problem with this attempt? First touch goes right. Skinny is ready for the read, right? Wells is playing left side. Now, Skinny, what was your purpose here? Did you want to dump it to the corner, or did you want to try to put a shot on net? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how that would sound selfish, but okay. Oh, okay. So I think your processing is pretty good, but I would like to challenge the way that you're thinking about this play, because you're really focused on the fact that Wells is a good player and he knows what to do. And you're really focused on how you can stretch him to his limits and make things difficult for him. But what you're not thinking about is your own capabilities. What you're not thinking about is how you could actually impact this game, because your impact on the game is going to stretch him further than just thinking about, like, oh, can I make him spend boost so that he can't score on us as easily? Like, that's not really a worthwhile exchange. If it takes him 24 boosts to get to the ball, there's 3 minis and a mega over in that. Like, he's gonna get that back. So the exchange that you're making there, the trade that you're costing because of your thought process, isn't a 1-for-1 trade. You're not giving yourself enough value in this game right now. You're a whole ass player. You should be neutralizing Wells. You should be looking to try to gain an advantage by at least challenging Wells and making him unable to do whatever he wants. So keeping the ball away from him, challenging him in the right ways, making sure that he's under pressure and getting bumped if he has possession. Things like these will actually change the way he plays, actually keep pressure on him. Putting the ball to the corner so that he has to spend more boost doesn't really do much to him. It's not really affecting him. Yeah. There are going to be games where all you can do is neutralize the hard carry. There's going to be games where you have to everybody has to outdo their matchup. But there's going to be some games where all you can do is neutralize the hard carry. What I would say would have been a little bit better to see you do here, Skinny, is because you're able to recognize that Wells is on the left side, instead of dumping it to the corner, you should have given the ball a light tap so that you could have gotten an actual, like, second touch on the ball. Because as it is, you force yourself into a 50-50. You put the ball a same distance away from yourself as it was from Wells, and you force this kind of weird 50-50 situation that Wells knows how to play better than you. Like, once you give Wells that 50-50, once you give him the option to, like, beat you to the ball, he's probably going to beat you. So just don't give him the ball. So you should have given a light touch here to try to keep control. Use that patience, you know? So when you're retreating, Skinny, are you in ball cam? Do you flash in and out of ball cam, or? Okay. It's like that. Nah, it's like that. Not really too worried about it. Okay. So we want to start looking here. Oh, you know what, though? This might be... Wells, do you know how to rewind and fast forward on PC, mouse and keyboard? The arrow keys? Okay. The controls are really weird on this. God damn it. I already did it. I already fucked up. Oh, I'm already fucking up. Fuck it. We're going back to controller. We're going back to controller, boys. Alright. Oh, interesting. Okay. Thanks, guys. Alright. So here we're going to look at kind of like positional rotations and stuff like that. So plays happening on the right hand side, right? We're going to look from kind of like your angle. Fuck it. We're going to go out here. Okay. So this is a form of this is a lack of communication in a way, right? So because Charisma is going to do what he was saying earlier, where he wants to keep pressure on Wells, chase him down, stay on his ass, Like he's gonna essentially ball chase anytime Wells has the opportunity to gain possession, which in this matchup it's gonna happen a lot because Alpha's just gonna play slower, right? So Wells is gonna have maybe like 75-80% possession of the ball when his team has possession, which means Charisma is gonna be ball chasing 80% of the time. But once this ball chase starts happening, Skinny is still rotating to the left side while Charisma is chasing the ball to the left side, right? So we're super duper stacked on the left side. So let's just start looking at kind of like the possibility of this pass play right here. So ball's gonna hit about like right here, right? You're gonna have to excuse. I also can't draw, so Wells has this angle to the ball here, which if he was able to just hit it directly, like let's say if he was even able to fly up and catch up to the ball in some capacity, even if he just hits it at this angle, the ball then bounces out 90 degrees, right? This is like a 90-degree angle once he connects to it, and it's already centered to the net. If he has some sort of adjustment to make, as long as he hits it off the wall or anything like that, it's still going to go infield. The ball is almost always going to gravitate infield unless you force it to do otherwise, because the wall stops it from going any further in this direction. The wall is like an extra passer, right? And the wall's always going to push it out. So more often than not, the ball's going to go infield, right? I think we could probably lay out about 100 situations where the ball is going to go infield. But in this play right here, we're both stacked to one side. We're both stacked to the wall. So in order to make a defensive play, what happened? Yeah, I'm just not really looking at the forward or the back attacking, defending thirds right now. I'm just looking at left, right. But defending, attacking, mid-ground. Okay. So the ball is going to always come back to the middle, and both of you are on the left side with Wells and the ball. In order to make a defensive play, you would have to disrupt Wells and stop him from touching the ball at all, because any touch he gets on the ball will force it back to mid, right? So you kind of are negating your ability to make any plays because your rotation charisma is based off an idea that Skinny doesn't recognize yet. He doesn't know that you're ball chasing in order to keep pressure on Wells, so he's still making his rotation to the left. He's still starting on this left side, which means the entire right side is under Alpha's control. Alpha doesn't even need to do anything. Alpha's chilling like a fucking villain and is just in... Okay, but I mean, 50-50, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So rotation around, now you have to challenge Wells like I was talking about. You have to break up the play, but it almost doesn't matter because it touches the wall and it starts to go mid. And then you manage to gain possession. I would say, honestly, because Wells makes a small mistake here. I think this second touch by you, Wells, is a mistake. Where you touch it back. I don't know if you were purposely trying to get... Yeah. Okay. So then we get possession. I wonder... Hold on, actually. Can I get just a nice... Fucking hell, I'm an idiot. I keep trying to use the fucking Overwatch controls. Is there a nice overhead that we can get? Yeah, right? Hold on, now we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Nice, dude. Alright. Alt tab. Okay. So left, right. Let's say... Attacking. Middle. Defending. I should alt tab back in. That's what I should do. Alright. This is why we need a professional coach. Alright. There's in the esports lounge, there's a big screen. Yeah. Alright. Wait. I have to rotate it the other way, right? Yep. Okay. So counterattack. Counterattack's going to come purely out of the left side, but you guys are both going to rotate onto the right side. Skinny didn't get proper boost, so he has to go back, but now you guys are still stacked together on the right side. Charisma finally going to the center, and you guys are actually making some sort of split play. But by this point, Wells has had his hand in everything. He's been touching everyone in this play. And you get punished for it. Nah, apparently you don't. We can't see when the ball is actually going to go in. That's hilarious. Okay, now I want to look a little bit at your rotations, because something that I am noticing now that we're in kind of like the third play is that you guys are almost always on the same side together. Yeah. Okay, so now you guys are in separate boxes. I want to see where your goals happen, because if your goals happen when you guys are split, then that's a good sign. But that's just a matter of then fixing your rotations so that you're split, and then you'll probably have better offense in general. Okay, this is actually a pretty good example, though, of something I wanted to talk about, or something I had said earlier on. This is where I think you guys are still playing like it's ranked, right? So, Skinny, you have possession along the left side. Charisma's going right, and you decide to take a narrow shot. So, from right here, from this moment right here, Wells should be fucked. There's almost no reason that Wells should make this save, because from right here, you should be able to shoot it high, bounce it off the backboard to give it to Charisma. You should be able to... I'm going to have to erase this every fucking time. You should be able to bounce it into the corner and bounce it across, and Wells should have a hard time saving that, because Charisma can come from any sort of angle he wants to, and you can still keep pressure from behind. You should be able to shoot it straight, and then if Wells saves it, Charisma should still be able to follow up. And you should also be able to pass it across mid, just straight across mid, and have Charisma follow up on this. And I think the option you choose isn't maybe the worst option you could have chosen, just in general. But I think it... Alt-tab. Rocket League, thank you. I think it's definitely the most difficult for Charisma to score. And Charisma, then you also go back to the left for some reason. Like... Okay. So Skinny has the ball. He takes a weird shot, but Charisma's back on the left, yeah. I think this shot is just... you're trying to take a dribble shot when... A dribble shot is the only shot where the rebound doesn't come out strong to Charisma. Wells, you would... Yep. Yeah, I think in twos there can be a lot of solo play, but I don't think solo play should be our focus. Yeah. So. Yeah. That's why so Charisma, I don't know if you remember I flicked the ball, but it went high off the backboard. And then you got the shot after that on in the first game. Yeah, where it's like it didn't matter if I sucked because it was a 2v1. Like Wells can't make up for 2 players. Yeah, but the 2 things that I want to think about here is, so why do you come to the left? Because Skinny has ball possession. So why do you come to left? Yeah. Yeah. So what I would say is it would probably be better to always play wide and play more defensive, because when you come over to, so you're playing defensive when you come over to the left, but you're giving up your offense to play defensive. If you go over to the right, you can still have an attacking option, and if Wells does gain control, you just start making your rotation. Yeah. So I think it's almost better to be wide of the play, especially in this situation. Um, but then going into Skinny, why did you take this type of shot particularly? Mm. Okay, so I think the vision needs to come from this point. So this is the last time that your car should be actually generally facing Charisma, is on this turn. You should see him right here, right? And then you should see that Alpha has been beat, and Charisma still, like, you just saw Charisma. So we should know as a team that once this person is beat, that we push, we attack. This is a mistake that we punish, right? So then Charisma, you should assume whether you see him or not that Charisma is there, because you saw him 2 seconds before, and now you should be able to assume that he's going to attack, because he should also recognize this, and then as a team we should be able to play this a little bit better. A little bit. You have to use the past 2 seconds and predict the next 2 seconds sometimes. But Wells? In other games, you get to flick for headshots. In this game, you get to flick to see where your teammates are. Alright, so what happens? Okay, so recovery. Wells has the ball. Charisma pressure from behind. Skinny, that's not a great touch. Can we see why it's not a great touch, though? I think you're in... No, because if you go wide, then Wells just shoots it past you with power. I don't want to do the camera, bro. Non-alpha. Wells, Charisma, Skinny, and then we go soft attach, hard attach, player view. Alright. Yeah. I think he's too far forward on the touch. Where does it happen though? Right here. Right here. You're too far forward. Yeah, I think if you make that turn a half a step slower, but this is all like very minute stuff. I think if you take that turn half a step slower or half a step wider, you make that and you clear it to the corner easily. And then Charisma misses the ball. Oh well, GG's. We go next. So do I have to go to fly first? Yeah, I do. I just go to fly and then... You would break before... Alright, let's keep looking at this then. Yeah, it's a big choke job right there. It's alright, we go again. That might be the bigger choke job though. Wells, do you want to say anything about those 2 goals right there? I don't personally. Alpha, to defensive positions, yeah. To offensive positions, I would argue no. Makes sense. Okay. Too late. Yeah. You know, I think what part of that might be, though, Wells, is them not knowing what you can and cannot get to. So much of your skill set is unknown to everybody else that, like, I noticed this when I was playing with you against you, too, during tryouts and just today. Like, for me, I know that I just should challenge everything because if I hesitate, it fucks up my play style. But for the most part, if you like, if I commit and you do some shit that I've never seen before because I play in ranks far below yours, then I'm gonna get punished harder than if I played like kind of a more passive haphazard style where I only went for balls that I knew I could touch. But that means that the touches I'm getting are bad touches because like I'm over eagerly touching them, or I'm not really like doing anything with them because they're hits that are nowhere near the play or anything like that. Like, let's go look at this miss again if we can. Did I go too far or not far enough? Yeah, but what Wells is saying here is that you could have just waited for the ball to come to you. Yeah, no, so what I would say for this, Wells, is like, in my mind, if I was to screenshot this moment, knowing what I know about you and knowing what I know about Charisma, I would assume you could probably beat Charisma to this if you wanted to. You guys hear that? A GC respects your touch. He knows. Soft attach, hard attach, player review. Grabs boost. Okay, so this is before the touch. Oh wait, I got a whole day, and then I got a 50%. Now, is that how you would play in normal games, though, Wells? Okay. Because it could also have just been a point of, like, you guys make a lot of mistakes, so he could, like, when I play against golds or silvers, when I play with my lower ranked friends, I don't play the game. I just wait for them to make mistakes, and then I put the ball in the net. Yeah. You guys are stacked on the same side again. So you had a goal in the beginning, which was a kickoff goal. You had a goal in the middle-ish, which was a kickoff goal. But beyond that, you haven't been able to score. I feel like we should go in, do more games, and the idea should be stay out of each other's box if you could avoid it, and pass more. Oh, you're saying do it vertically in thirds. Okay, I thought you were just saying, alright, I thought I did what you had said, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, but I get what you're saying, like this? Yeah. But yeah, this is more so the grid that you really want to be thinking of for like threes. Like twos, you can get away with the other grid. It's like a little bit simpler, I guess, just because there's less boxes. But threes, these are the zones. This is what you're rotating in and out. So like, your rotations, especially on defense, should be like, one person's going to be here, one person's going to be challenging the ball here, and then the other person should be coming here, and you guys should just be like rotating between these three positions. And then as soon as one of you gets a clear or ball control, you should push up mid, you should push up to the side, you should push up with the ball, you know? And then you become an attacking unit. God damn it. These are the real struggles. I'm not a PC player, I'm a console player. Yeah, what now? What now? I'm a free-to-play player. Nah. I've had this since 2016. What happened? Yeah. No, this is, yeah. Nope. Should have been a goal. What could you have done better there? So were you saying it was a weak shot? Charisma, how do you feel knowing that you saved an amazing shot? It was a weak shot. Boosting, boosting, stop. Boosting. You said slow it down? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right? Skinny, you gotta go to the right here. Charisma, so Charisma, once Charisma goes for the challenge on the ball, like once he goes for kickoff rather, what do you call it? Who? Charisma? Yeah, but I'm trying to see what is his boost situation? Why does he go aggro? Why does he go for, or why does he go for the mid? So he's just flipping. Yeah, you have enough boost here. And then you just yoink that shit. Yeah, alright. Go back even more, you said? Yeah. Alright. I'm looking at the moments where they're colliding more than anything. I think I'm focused more on the positioning of the plays and the rotations rather than the touches right now. Because then, like, okay, so Boost gets stolen, Skinny goes for ball, Charisma goes for ball. Right here, like, this is... You blow up that play on your own. Yeah, but like that's a blanket statement. Like, we do not collide. Okay, so what caused you to collide here? If you could just hit a button in your brain and say don't collide, I would love you to do it. Could you go for it right now? Alright, bet. No, really though. What's happening here that's making you guys collide? Did you call fake here? Or did you just fuck up? It's like that sometimes. So all right, first person time. So the first thing that I would say is that you're too far forward. So Charisma goes for the touch, he gets it here. You should nestle yourself in this net in the middle or on the back post. Yeah, because once Wells gets this touch, it's possible it just goes over your head and there's nothing you can do. Alright, I want to see the flip reset attempt real quick. Oh, never mind, you get scored on, okay. Alright, no, we go to free cam like this. Alright, so this is the next thing that I want to look at. Because I want to kind of show you what a counterattack would have looked like in this situation, so that going into the next one, hopefully we can have a little bit better rotations and we can start using counterattacks, right? Give me 1 second. Let me let you guys get into proper positioning. Right here-ish. No, it's going to be more so here. Okay, so this is where we want to look at, right? Because Skinny, you should be back here. So Wells is the passer, which means you have an easier save than in most situations. So we're going to assume that you could have saved this if, you weren't so far forward. So if you weren't so far forward and you did manage to get this, then Charisma technically has already beat Wells if you pass the ball up to him. So in this situation, I'm breaking up a little bit. Skinny, you there? You get Skinny? Alright. So, in this situation, if you're able to get a pass up to Charisma, you've already beat Wells. You've beat potentially what is your hardest defender on the other team, right? So, this is the ideal counterattack situation that we want to be in. We want you to be resting back in the net so that you're not too easy to beat. And then we want you to be able to make a clear to the corner that Charisma is facing. So if this play is flipped, you're going to clear, to the left side. And for this play, you would clear to the right side. But basically, it doesn't matter where you put it as long as you lead Charisma hella hard. Because as long as the ball is here to here, Charisma can chase it, get to it before Alpha, most likely. It just got to be in this kind of area right here. And this would be the ideal counterattack because then Charisma gets the ability to push the ball up. So after you clear it, you have to be moving up. You have to be sprinting up this court as fast as you can. Boost, flip, fucking half flip, no flip, double flip, 3 flips, wave dash. Because this should be the fastest easiest counterattack that you're probably ever going to get. Yeah, right? So, you clear this ball to Charisma. Charisma's going to bring it up as fast as he can. You're going to haul ass. Doesn't matter what Charisma does as long as he gets the ball to go this way. It could be a shot. It can be anything. The ball just has to go this way. Or this way. But you basically have to be sprinting up wide a little bit. You either have to take these boost pads like this or you have to take the boost pads like this. Because, I think your logic is good if we're trying to win. Because what your logic is doing is it's saying, these are the tools we have. Let's try to optimize them and make them work together so that we can get a goal in this situation. But I feel like what we should be doing this semester is saying, let's not think about maybe doing it perfect the first time. Let's fuck it up 250 times and then score it next semester. Because we're just not really fully there yet. But I mean, I think, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a matter of different perspective. 1 week at a time. I think. Do you guys want to keep going? Should we play more games? I think we stop right here. I think we've gone over a decent amount of stuff. Went over some stuff with Alpha at the beginning. Alpha, you got it right. Okay. Wilson, you want to set that up? Alright, hold on. Oh man, I'm still using the pen. Clear all. Put the stream down.